Here we are again with another progression video. Today is December the 1st, 2025. It's almost the end of the year, and right now we're sitting at 41 degrees. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. Well, a little after 11. It's cold. The wind's cold. Well, 41 ain't real bad, but it's pretty chilly for, I think we're supposed to have a high of 48. So, and we still have the downward slope of our second tornado season, which is in peaks in November and then starts going down in December. We're still getting some good setups in December. You know, I'm not gonna let my guard down until mid-June. So right now the tornado probabilities are higher near the coast. Our second season has a problem with dew points, moisture return, and instability. That was the last setup we had, was instability. Couldn't make it far enough north for us to be in it. Of course, I had to work that day, so we didn't get anything. We got a bunch of rain. Central Alabama didn't get anything either. They had the shear was, which I should have listened to James Spann. He was like, you know, the shear will be pulling northward, so we won't see anything. Well, he was right. We had the instability, but we didn't have the shear, the low-level shear. It all stayed to the north of Alabama in our area. They didn't have the shear, but they had the instability. We had the shear, but not the instability. It's kind of a changeover. The instability didn't make it far enough north for us to get anything in our last setup. So nothing happened. So we're going into a period of time where we're going to stay in the 40s and 30s and drop down in the 20s. I haven't looked at any models fitting 500 millibar deep digging troughs or anything. But it's cool. It's 41, like I said, 41. It's supposed to warm up to 48, and that's it. All the leaves are off the trees almost. Well, they are. It looks more and more like winter. So you can see a lot of the trees, they ain't colorful anymore. They're just winter looking. So we'll have to see when that starts budding out again in the spring, and that'll be starting it all over again. But December has also been known to have some, some pretty good setups in it. December the 21st, 2021, which had the Mayfield tornado. We had a good setup for that one. Had a moderate risk in December. Bo over here, it's like, I hate this place. I hate when you're home. What is it, Bo? Come here. What's wrong with you, big guy? He said, I want to go inside. Delilah, she's still pouting over there because I put her outside there. She tried to run inside and it didn't work. But anyway, anyways, like I said, December can have some days of some good setups. In fact, you've seen the Clarksville tornado that I'm sure if you go on YouTube, you can probably find the Clarksville tornado in Hendersonville. You know, I think it was West Nashville where they had a large explosion. That was in December. Of course, the Mayfield tornado, that was the EF5. It's not officially an EF5, but it has EF5 markers on it. they can try to say they're on, and I know it's not official, but still, there. Come on, you know, use common sense. I'm like, well, we're using science. Yeah, you are, but come on. We all know. Everybody knows. It was a long track tornado, and it was, you know, it was at one time considered the quad state tornado. And then they, you know, they seen where it lifted in Tennessee, you know, by radar standards. So, but anyway, so December does have some setups in it. Possibility. We'll see what happens. Again, December is the same as, you know, November. You can have some setups and things don't work out like they should. Now, places like Arkansas, Louisiana, East Texas, southern Missouri, southeastern Missouri, western Kentucky, west and middle Tennessee, that's their time that they can get, you know, large violent tornadoes that come through. It can be our time too. I mean, you can have a surprise tornado here too, and some severe weather as well. I'm going to attempt to do more screen recordings for stuff like that instead of, you know, doing, you know, just not doing nothing. And this coming spring, even no matter what time of night it is, I'm gonna try to do screen recordings for, you know, like them nights that I'm up, you know, waiting on severe weather or whatever, you know, CJ's asleep or whatever. I'm gonna try to do some screen recordings as well to in the moment, you know. I'm gonna try to remember to do that. So that'll be something that I do. I'll try this spring. I'm trying to get better at more at doing that, you know, to look back on them times and say, I survived that. You know, show the radar of any kind of close, you know, tornadoes or whatever. In the moment, you know. I like doing these videos still, the progression videos, but I also like the screen recording too, because I can show in the moment, but I can also switch to camera and show what's going on at that moment. Like if we're having, you know, an extreme storm outside, you know, I can go out and show you, you know, while you're sleeping, CJ. You can kind of see what happened. But anyway, we're out here now. Just, I mean, it's freezing. Like I said, well, it's cold. I got 2 shirts on plus my coat on. I'm still, of course, my feet. I don't mind my feet being cold. If from my waist up gets cold to my neck, then I'm cold. But if from my top of my head down to my neck and from my waist down gets cold, I don't really care there. So, oh, but it's I mean, it's sunny right now, but I know later on, late this evening, I think, it might be tonight, we're supposed to have some, maybe some heavy rain, I don't know. It's supposed to be rain coming in. I don't know where it's at. I haven't looked at the radar this morning to see where it's at or anything. But everything's pretty much, I mean, all the leaves have fell off. It was a little wet, wasn't it? This will probably be I'm gonna say this coming weekend, if it ain't raining a bunch, because it's supposed to be raining, I'll cut all this down and clear it out again. Delilah's still leery. She's like, I don't trust you. Yeah, Mom's tree's still standing strong. You see some of the bottom part of it's taking a little bit of a hit with the frost. Top part's still doing pretty good though. Yeah, you peed on that so much though there that's all that there is your pee. Wrinkles sometimes will come out and pee on it. You can see I'm gonna have to take the blower if it ever dries up. If we get a while for some dry air or whatever. CJ's wanting to play catch this evening, which, you know, if it's not raining, we will. Did you hear that bell? Delilah, if you just learn to listen, girl, when you're told something, you'd have a lot easier life. I get it, you want to do what you want to do, but when I tell you something, you're going to listen. She's like, yeah, I'm not going to. Well, you just live the hard life then. Oh. Here's our deck. I cleaned out that pipe today for the stove because it was barely drawing any air. What you think, Wrinkles? Huh? He says, well, I don't like it. Especially that wind just constantly blows it. It's like it never goes away. The wind doesn't stop. That's the thing about it, the wind never stops. But anyway, I figured I'd do a progression video showing, you know, how the atmosphere and temps, you know, and setups in the future, or past setups also, how we've done. November wasn't as active, you know, we had a few setups, but nothing really, you know, major, no, you know, nothing over a slight. So that's, you know, that's the thing you can see down there in the valley. Not a lot of, all the trees are no leaves. That one has a few, but it's slowly losing theirs. But anyway, let's see how the strawberries are doing. Strawberries ain't really growing nothing. They got a bunch of leaves in them. All these leaves that are hanging out, I have to rake them back and blow them. I'm not really sure if I want to blow them into the ditch and burn them because it stays constantly windy, or if I want to what do you call it, scoop them or blow them over to the compost pile, because it was going to blow right back off there. I'm not sure about that. Oh, but anyway, see how it is. Like I said, my fingers are froze, and my it's cold out here. But anyway, me and Bo and Delilah are probably going to go in and hang out. We've been outside since, I don't know, 9 o'clock this morning. About 9:30 we come out. It's about 11:30 now. So, but anyway, we'll see you in the next video.